A fantastic Friday morning to you as well. I join the chorus in wishing all of you a great today. Welcome to Friday, everyone. It's Friday the 14th of November 2025, and I'm Pearson Bowen. It is always wonderful waking up to keep you company. I hope you feel the same way about waking up to keep us company as well. And so those of you who actively do so every single weekday, we say thank you. Thank you also for tuning in on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. You have made a brilliant decision. Thank you for doing so. But now one more step. Share the show. Tell others about us indeed, and let them come along to be a part of what we do every Monday to Friday from 6 in the morning. And of course, if you know of something or someone whose story we have to tell, we'd like you to tell us about it. And you can do so very simply by sending us an email. The email address is once again on your screen. That is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Reach out to us by email, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And to all of you who do so, we say thank you very, very much indeed. Our producer will respond to you. Now, today being Friday, there's a lot to get to indeed. There's a recruitment drive being put on by the Barbados Police Service. They're looking for you. For good reason, though. Don't get scared. Indeed. And so we'll give you details about that recruitment drive in just a little while. Today is World Diabetes Day. We want to delve a little deeper behind that non-communicable disease and find out how are we managing? What can we still do to manage our diabetes diagnosis? And what do we do in the workplace as well to help those who are around us who are to themselves coping with the diagnosis of being diabetic? Also today, the gentle gynecologist will join us. We want to know why does she refer to herself as the gentle gynecologist, and how really can her practice help women who are facing feminine issues. I'll leave it like that in quotations indeed. DJ Dynasty will be with us. We want to reach out to find out a little bit more about him and what he's up to. Jamaica continues to be in focus as we continue, lest we forget to lend support to our brothers and sisters there. And so there's a mediathon happening this weekend, on Sunday as a matter of fact. The people behind that initiative will join us to share more about how you can get involved in a very, very serious way to help our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. There's a documentary titled Between a Rock and a Hard Place. We shared with you earlier in the year about the documentary and the rationale behind it, but the producer will sit with us this morning because tonight, in the comfort of your home, you get to see that documentary for the very first time. And so we want to hear about some of the goings on behind the scenes, and then what we can expect the people who are featured in that documentary to be able to say and what we can learn from it as well. And then with tomorrow being Saturday the 15th, it's Rise Reggae at the Kensington Oval. And so we'll be hooking up with Junior Kelly and Risa Garn. So we'll be on the card to perform, and so they'll sit with us to share a little bit more about what we can expect. And then again, the drive for Jamaica, which is also a part of that initiative as well. But lest we forget also, tomorrow, Saturday the 15th, is Spirit of the Nation show at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. It begins at 6. Edwin Yearwood is the special guest. And so I want all of you from all across this island, as many of you as possible, to show up at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium in support of our parish ambassadors and parish attendants and the parish independence committees, and just the brilliant talent that flows from the young people of Barbados. So do attend the Spirit of the Nation show. And then on Sunday, in the same space, the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium is where the NIFCA Gala takes place, where the best of the best, the cream of the crop, have risen, and so they'll be on show at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium for the NIFCA Gala. So you see, there's a lot happening, I told you. And so there's a mouthful as well. But I want to get started this morning by turning our attention to today's activity, World Diabetes Day. Joining me as we take a deeper dive into this is from the Barbados Diabetes Foundation, their General Manager, Marsha White. She's next to me. Next to her is Dr. Barry Ward, who is the Medical Officer of Health at the Winston Scott Polyclinic. And across from me is Victoria Cox, who's a dietitian with the Barbados Diabetes Foundation. To each of you, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
I would want to say Happy Diabetes Day.
I know. It doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right. So rather than have my mind convicted and conflicted, let's talk a little bit about what the day represents.
Well, it's an acknowledgement that diabetes is basically a global pandemic at this point, affecting 1 in 5 in Barbados. That's the last survey that we did, and we know that those numbers are increasing. And it's just a moment to really be aware that as you age, for sure, that is a factor. Everybody is vulnerable to diabetes. It doesn't discriminate. And obviously, there are two types of diabetes, so we need to also acknowledge that there's type 1, which is an autoimmune disorder. There's nothing that you can do. It's a bad luck, unfortunately. It does tend to affect younger people, but it's not limited to younger people. That type 1 can affect people at all ages. And type 2 is generally lifestyle related, so there is some control over your risk of contracting type 2 diabetes, and it's a moment to take advantage of the services that are offered around the world to go in and get screened. I think we need to really be thinking about the screening before we think about all of the complications and get all embroiled in what happens when you have diabetes. The first thing that I would like to think of with World Diabetes Day is to go in and get checked, to get screened, and make sure that if you are at risk, which prediabetes is the beginning stages of full-blown diabetes, or whether you are actually living with diabetes, so that you can take measures to control.
Barbados is very proud as a nation of being able to provide a solid footprint for healthcare. The Diabetes Foundation is a part of that thrust. Talk to me a little bit about the work and the function of the Diabetes Foundation.
Well, we operate the Maria Holder Diabetes Center for the Caribbean, and our mandate is to educate and empower individuals to treat diabetes, and where possible to help people living with diabetes actually reverse the disease. Type 2, we help people manage type 1. We have a comprehensive facility in that we have Victoria, registered dietitian, we have diabetes specialists, doctors, nurses, technicians. We do screening. As I said, we do education, and we don't just educate patients, we actually educate clinicians. We just had our virtual CME at the beginning of November, and then we had the annual Oscar Jordan Symposium. We don't just limit our services to people coming to the center, we also go out into the community. So we do, you mentioned corporate wellness. We are presently today for World Diabetes Day in a company doing screening for their employees, and I encourage all companies to do what's right for their employees and reach out to us, and we have various levels of screening programs that we can provide. And yeah, we really do treat the whole person, not just the disease. But we also very significantly work with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and we provide free services in the form of a 6-month program whereby you're referred through your polyclinic to come into us and have 6 months of a protocol. We measure your beginning and we measure your end, and the results are, we've seen about 75% of our patients who come through that program have significantly improved outcomes.
And that's fantastic to hear,
Yeah.
but they come through the polyclinic system, Dr. Ward, and so
That's
you
right.
see them, but in seeing them, what really, give me the statistics, what do you see of people, called Barbadians, who are showing up and then realizing, oops, I'm diabetic?
Right. So the average person that comes to the polyclinic fall into two main categories in terms of persons that are coming for their non-communicable disease. One, you're going to have the older persons that are aware of their condition and coming back for repeat visits. Then you're going to have persons that are coming in for other reasons, and as you said, oops, you then get caught with non-communicable disease. You know, you come in, the nurse puts on the blood pressure cuff, the pressure is high. Somebody does the glucometer reading, and it is high. Maybe you felt a little lethargic, a little unwell, and there you go. You have diabetes. So that is common, and is much more common in men, because men tend not to be health
Checking
seeking.
the numbers.
Yeah, they don't know their numbers, so they're not health seeking. So we tend to find it later in guys. So because our system generally encourages women to come more frequently, childbirth, all these kind of things happen where women have to come in when they're relatively young, but not so for men. So when men are coming in is again in the 40s or roundabout or the 50s, something has happened. They got a cut, they got something, and have something else, and bam, you don't find it at the beginning. You find it in the middle. So there's where not just finding diabetes, you're finding it with complications. So they're not feeling as well in their feet. They're not seeing as well. They already have kidney issues and so forth. So the one thing I would say is, yes, this is World Diabetes Day, and yes, we are talking about managing diabetes, which is important. But as Mr. White said, we also want to focus on preventing, because the cost of management and treatment is expensive. So it's better to prevent. So for all persons, especially if you have on a little extra weight, get your sugar checked, your HbA1c checked, so that you know what it is.
Indeed.
Early.
Victoria, we are often told by the old people, I just have a touch of sugar. That's what they say, and so you must avoid sugar alone. But as a dietitian, let's talk a little bit about how we not just manage, but how do we use our diet to help us prevent onset of diabetes?
Gosh, yeah. So, diet is obviously going to play a huge role, as you said, both in management, but also healthy eating in terms of healthy weight management and prevention, hopefully, or risk reduction of diabetes. But yeah, there's a lot of misinformation out there, I guess, as you say. People say, I have a little sugar, and so they'll tell me, they don't drink sweet drinks anymore, or I hear all the time, I just put just a tip of sugar in my tea, But with diabetes, you really want to do a whole overhaul, really, of our typical eating patterns. And as I said, I spent a lot of time myth busting. So, for example, adding water to your sweet drink doesn't make the sugar go anywhere. And I think a huge part of it at the Diabetes Center is just about education. So I don't want people to come in and sit with me and then say, okay, this is what you can and cannot eat. It's a whole conversation about persons understanding for themselves which foods affect their blood sugars in what way, what does a healthy, balanced, cost-effective diet look like in Barbados. I want people to feel confident in their own food-making decisions, food-related decisions on a day-to-day, so that they ultimately, eventually don't need me, and they are confident in knowing that how they can manage their blood sugars, if they're at risk for diabetes, what they can do to hopefully prevent that. But it takes quite a lot of time spent with people to get to that point.
And we hope that today, World Diabetes Day, you take some time to think consciously of what you do to your body and how you can prevent the onset. And even with diagnosis of diabetes is not the end of the world, Dr. Ward.
Correct.
There are management and there are treatment options. And it's just a matter of being careful of how you attend to yourself thereafter. And that's one of the points I want people to go away with as well. But the Diabetes Foundation is there. You give support, you give advice, as Dr. Victoria does. And so for those who are diagnosed with diabetes, they can come to your center.
Absolutely.
Your center's open.
We're open to everyone. And we're open from 8 to 4, Monday to Friday. You give us a call. Can I give the number?
Sure.
It's 417-0305.
417-0305.
Come in and get checked.
Yeah. It's important to do so. It's really important to do so. You save your life, you save your limb, and in doing so, you pass the information on to the younger ones as well. As adults, we need to start paying closer attention to the choices we make and to teach our children of making healthier choices as well. That's all part of the management of diabetes too. And so for those of you living with diabetes and to those of you living with those who have diabetes as well, it's a collective And as a whole, we can all work together to beat down this non-communicable disease. So I want to thank you so very much, Ms. White, Dr. Marcia White, who is the General Manager of the Barbados Diabetes Foundation, Dr. Barry Ward, the Medical Officer of Health at the Winston Scott Polyclinic, and Victoria Cox, dietitian with the foundation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I know you're working hard today, but work harder. I know you work hard. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay.
We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 19 past 6 o'clock now. Time for all of us as citizens of Barbados to stand up for Barbados, because tomorrow the Barbados Police Service is engaging in a recruitment drive, and we want to get to know a little bit more about it and who qualifies, all of those kinds of things. When we're joined now by Communications and Public Affairs Officer with the Barbados Police Service, Acting Inspector Ryan Brathwaite. Inspector, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados.
Good to meet you in person. We just see you on TV only. But good to meet you in person.
Not my favorite place, though, my favorite space, but it's good to be here to spread the news and to invite all Barbadians to Weymouth tomorrow. We will be having our recruitment drive, 250 plus officers short. We don't expect to recruit all in one full swoop, but we want to build that capacity and have, as we recruit, probably would like to recruit twice a year, so that we can, you know, keep serving our country. Policing is about service, and we really want to serve. I enjoy serving, Pearson, 31 years. 10 months, 1 week today.
Oh, you're counting, but congratulations.
Yeah. So, you know, it's really a pride and an honor. 190 years, the Barbados Police Service has been in existence. And we're here to serve. Serving with pride, protecting with honor. Our motto, to serve, protect, and reassure. You know, and we just want all young Barbadians between the ages of 19 and 35. We're inviting the whole family, but we're recruiting those persons between the ages of 19 and 35, especially those young males. The ladies have been standing up to the call. They've been raising their hands. They've been signing up. We need young males to come forward and join the Barbados Police Service. Persons, 3 certificates. Physically fit, we need you to have some semblance of fitness. And we're actually doing a recruitment drive right there at Weymouth, so you can sign up tomorrow. There'll not only be demonstrations tomorrow, you can come and sign up there tomorrow. So bring along your 3 certificates, 2 forms of Barbadian ID, whether it be your passport, your driver's license, your national ID. Bring your national insurance number. If you're a non-national, not born in Barbados, but you have legal immigration status, you bring that document along, and our recruiters will be there to sign you up there and then. So the process is Nice and easy.
And so we'll get a chance to engage with people like yourself and others in the force about the range of services and the range of options one has in the service.
Yeah, so many things. You know, we always forget that policeman on the beat and patrol, a very important part of policing. So you see those people in your neighborhood coming to you, talking to you about various things. You see the guys down on Broad Street, Swan Street. You might see them down in Sunset Crest, down in Hole Town, in Spikestown. Beat and patrol, a very important aspect of policing. Then you can branch out. There's a traffic department person. I hope you were not speeding this morning on the highway. They didn't catch you. I know they didn't.
Oh, thank you.
You were driving on the 60.
Because I know you would overlook that fact, right?
No, you were driving on the 60. So there's a traffic department.
Yes.
We have our criminal investigations department, and that's wide and varied. In criminal investigations department, you have those hardcore detectives out there investigating everyday crime. Murders, house break-ins, robberies. Then you have our cyber crime unit. Those people who would respond, look at video footage, analyze it, get it out there. The family conflict unit, you know, people complain, we have broken homes, families in crisis, and those are the people trained in counseling to go there and bring back some semblance of peace to the household. We have our sex crime unit, persons investigating those sex matters, human trafficking. You know, it's so wide and varied at the criminal investigations department. Then you have our drone unit. There's a specialized drone unit flying above those events, doing surveillance.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. And so showing up tomorrow at the Weymouth ground is where you get a chance to explore all of the possible careers in policing.
Have that experience, see what it's all about. There'll be simulations by a tactical response unit. Person, that big tank, that big black tank that had people mesmerized on Kadooment Day.
Yes.
That will be on display.
Wow.
There'll be our canine section will be there with a display. Our mounted section. You like horses?
Of course.
You want to ride horses, Pearson? You can come and see what's going on. And we'll have a special event tomorrow, something called Horsey Ball. First of its kind in Barbados,
Football?
Pearson. Horses will play football. We've signed them up to some big contracts, you know. So we'll be having Horsey Magpie and Horsey Dyke and Horsey Naldo. And that will be something special to see. Weather permitting, that will be a full flow, Pearson.
The weather is going to be a good condition tomorrow.
Will
At what
be.
time does it start?
Now we'll be there from 9 a.m., starting 9 a.m. sharp, and we'll be there till 5 p.m.
Right.
And throughout the day, we'll have the Barbados Police Service band there to entertain you and serenade you and play that the best band in the world.
Without doubt. And so I want people, while you're watching and listening, don't think that this is a low-end job. And there's so many different ways and so many different things that you have to offer and to give back. If you're into counseling, there's a job in the police service for you because you have the compassion and the capacity to be able to go and listen and see how you can help. That's possible for you. If you're into forensic sciences, then there's a job at the Barbados Police Service for you. If you see yourself adept at flying drones and all of those kinds of things, there is a job at the Barbados Police Service for you. If you're into understanding forensics and because you're so analytical in the way you think, there is a job at the Barbados Police Service for you. And so I want you to show up tomorrow at the recruitment drive to see where you fit, because there is a job for you. 9 o'clock it starts. Remember, walk with your ID.
2 forms of ID.
2 forms of ID.
Your 3 certificates, 3 CSC certificates. If you're a non-national living in Barbados, you have your immigration status. You walk with that document and come out and have a fun time, see what the police service has to offer. It will be an exciting day.
Yeah.
There is no job, there's no better job in the world. Police offers service. It's about serving your community. We're looking for nice, honest, hardworking people, people with integrity. Remember, it's about service. Pearson is about protecting me. It's about protecting
That's
you.
right.
It's about protecting our families. So you have to come out and see what we offer. Don't be fooled by those myths that the police are only here to put people before the law courts and put people in prison. We're here to serve you. We're here to help. And we want all Barbadians. Don't think that we just want people between the ages of 19 and 35. So grandmothers, I want you to bring out all your grandchildren, grandfathers, aunts, uncles, bring out those nephews, nieces, bring out the cousins, brothers and sisters, come out. See what this noble institution, the Barbados Police Service, has to offer. We are here to serve you, and we're looking for those people to serve in this job, the best job anywhere in the world.
Full stop and amen to that. And so tomorrow, it happens tomorrow again on the Weymouth grounds. You know exactly where that is, by the Police Sports Club.
Over from the Transport Board, down from Tweedside Road, just opposite the Globe Cinema.
Correct.
The old Globe Cinema behind Queen's Park. right there, the Weymouth Complex. We look forward to seeing you, and we welcome you, Barbados.
Indeed. So young people, older people, everyone, families show up. Bring the younger ones as well, because the little ones who are not yet perhaps at that particular age can see what's possible too. So do not exclude them, bring the little ones as well. So it's going to be spectacular tomorrow, but it's a recruitment drive. The service needs you. And so let's show up tomorrow. This is good work. This is really, really good work. Thank you so very much, Acting Inspector.
It has been a pleasure being here, and thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. Acting Inspector Ryan Brathwaite, who is the Communications and Public Affairs Officer with the Barbados Police Service, reminding you that the service needs you to be of service to Barbados. So show up at the recruitment drive tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock it starts. It's at Weymouth, and it's there for the entire day. There are all sorts of other activities happening to keep you entertained, but you have an opportunity to engage with the people who are already in service to know more about what it is and what it takes, and then you see where you fit, because there's a space for you, Barbados. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories, and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence.
We're just about 6:30 in Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning to all of you. It's a fantastic Friday. And so with all that we do, we love, as you know, to celebrate Barbadians wherever they are. So we will find you. We will hunt you down, but literally we'll find you to talk to you indeed. And so in just a moment, we'll be connecting with a Bajan Afar. And this young man is just 25 years old, but he's passionate about the music. I have to turn this way. He's passionate now about the music that he does and the music he engages with, because he is not just a DJ, he is a producer and he does remixing as well. So to you, DJ Dynasty, a very good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing?
Okay, I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good,
okay.
I'm good.
For those who don't know you, you're simply Jordan Bailey, right?
Yeah.
That's what your mommy would call you, Jordan. Come
That's
here.
what yeah.
But you have grown into the kind of a DJ who has positioned himself globally, having come out as one of those who went through the schools competition. So talk to me a little bit about your journey so far.
Yeah, so I started DJing in 2013. Took it professionally from then, was in the school circuit, and then from there, the Queen's College PTA put on a DJ competition. for all the secondary schools, and I was in that I think for 3 years, and then the third year finally won, and from then it's just been progression.
Is DJing the thing for you, or is this something you just do for fun?
Nah, that's the job.
How did you know in yourself that this is the job?
Well, I come from a musical background, so my dad was a DJ, and from then that's where I got the love for it. And then realizing that people only saw it as a hobby, but actually that you could do it as a job, I was like, why not?
Why not? In terms of perfecting your craft and perfecting your skill, was it the case of you play for daddy, daddy then critique you, and you all work it out from there?
Nah, it was on my own.
All of it is self-taught?
So, yeah, self-taught. In 2013, so same 2013 when I started, it was a family trip to Canada, and it was a family friend who actually was a DJ, and he was playing his mixes, and I was like, I could do that. I could do it better than you as well. So from then, it was just on my laptop, trying to do it, send it to him, and he was like, nah, actually, if you got that done, then you have it, you could do it.
You can do it. So where are you now?
So I'm in London, United Kingdom.
Again, what are you doing there?
So I left Barbados in end of 2021. So just after that COVID period, and the entertainment industry was slow in Barbados still. And for what I wanted to do as a DJ and where I wanted to reach, I told myself it'll be harder to get the reach from Barbados. So I may have to step outside and broaden that horizon.
You are careful in what you're doing indeed. And so having supplanted yourself now in the United Kingdom since 2021, how has it been for you? How has the space there responded to you?
At first, challenging, coming in late. It's basically starting fresh in the industry. Have to not really rebrand, but network with people, take a couple of jobs here that's not so big, and then gradually work your way up to the level.
What is the audience in terms of the FET attending audiences in the UK? What are they requiring of you to play for them? Because their ear is different from our ear in the Caribbean.
Yeah, definitely. So over here, I would say it's more commercial, but you can get them to adjust to your sound and stuff, like you just by teaching them the music. So that's what we're doing. They think, oh, you're from Barbados, you can only play soca. No, we actually play everything. So I just let them know I'm an open format DJ. If you want jazz, I could play jazz. If you want, I don't know, anything.
So how are people responding to the soca, the rhythms of this region?
Oh, they love it, especially the bashment soca. They love it. They love it. They love it.
And so what do they say to you about this particular idiom known as bashment soca? Why do they love it so much, do you think?
I don't know. I think it's the rhythms that we're using, the artists as well. You gotta give credit to the artists. A lot of them tend to fly over here as well to promote themselves and get the people to see them in person. So when they get that interaction, it builds the genre.
You do something called, you call it remixing. What's that?
Yeah. So for those who would know, like when it's crossover time, you will see like a road mix edit. So it's where we get the full breakdown of the song produced and change it up a bit to cater for another set of audience that like to hear the remixes, or put in another song on another instrumental, and yeah.
And that's what you do generally in terms of, and okay, let me phrase it this way. When you do what you've just described, taken a song, add it to a different rhythm, switch it up a little bit, do you then release it for consumption, or is this what you generally do in a club?
We do it live sometimes.
But you also record.
Better to yeah. It's also to practice. You practice it before doing it out live in case it goes wrong. But yes, if we record them, I don't really release them.
Okay.
per se, because I like to keep them as that's my niche. So that's my sort of specialty, my trick for the parties.
So whose music have you taken and messed up by remixing?
Probably everyone.
Probably everyone.
Probably everyone.
Where we sit in the Caribbean, we oftentimes, as I said, we consume ourselves with a lot of North American content. You're in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
There's a different industry there. So talk to me about the difference based upon your own lived experience that the UK provides that somehow we in the Caribbean are not paying close attention to, but we need to.
For one thing I've realized is I think we need more publicity for Barbados, if in that particular sense. Like, I find since being here since 2021, like, just for example, Independence Time is a big time for us, and you don't really see that much going on. There's a couple parties here and there, but I feel there needs to be more push to get the culture out there.
Do you work with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated?
Yeah, so I recently started working with them. I started working for them from August. We did a event with Virgin Holidays.
Congrats.
And then recently we just did, thank you very much. We just did one for British Airways. And both were successful. A lot of people were interested in, oh, what's this? What's going on? What's this I'm hearing? What's this I'm seeing? They get to taste the rum. They get to taste the food. And they're like, okay, cool. I keep hearing about Barbados. Now it's time for me to actually go.
Yes. So that must have been such an honor for you to represent your country of birth in the United Kingdom.
Correct.
And you're saying that there's a curiosity that you've been able to build among the people with the message of Barbados?
Absolutely, because as I said, like we see the flyers, they have like posters up, oh, come to Barbados, travel to Barbados. But a lot of people don't probably have the time to get the information that they need. So when we have these little pop-ups and they get to hear what we're offering them and stuff, then it attracts more people.
Yeah. It's November. It's Independence Month here. Conkies is the thing we eat. You eat conkies as well?
Yeah.
Do you miss... You don't eat conkies?
No.
What kind of Bajan are you? What kind of Bajan are you really? What do you miss most about Barbados?
For one, the heat. It's too cold over here. The heat, the sun.
Yes.
Friends, family. Just being able to, you could go and pull up on somebody. Oh, you're doing. It's not really that big.
Not that easy.
Like that over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But were you a part of Nottingham Carnival?
Notting Hill Carnival, yeah.
Notting Hill.
That's crazy. It's like over 2 million people just going through West London. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, different from Grand Kaduma because 2 million people is about 20,000 people, and so you're living your life, and that's wonderful because you're still young and there's a lot more still for you to do and a lot of the dreams to fulfill. And so to you, Jordan Bailey, DJ Dynasty, we celebrate you. We thank you so much for joining us this morning. Though you do not eat conkies, I want you still to have a very happy independence celebrations in the United Kingdom in whatever ways you choose to celebrate it indeed. But as a Bajan, I know you'll find a way to do it like a Bajan. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We're coming back on Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados.
Good morning to you.
18 minutes now to 7 o'clock this Friday morning as we reach across the waters to Trinidad and Tobago to meet a woman, Dr. Rachel Corridon, who titles herself the Gentle Gynecologist. She joins me now. Good morning to you, Dr. Corridon.
Good morning, Barbados, and thank you for having me.
I like the way you said that. Good morning, Barbados. Thank you so much for joining us indeed. Why do you refer to yourself as the Gentle Gynecologist?
Well, your gentle gynecologist wasn't really a name that I gave to myself. It came from my patients, including colleagues whom I would have seen during their pregnancies. And they would always say to me, "You are so gentle." Or after a pelvic examination, a patient may say, "Are you done?" I didn't feel that. And so it just naturally became one of my nicknames, "You're so gentle," and I just adopted it, "Your Gentle Gynecologist."
It's a lovely story. But your story is a little bit deeper than that because your passion for medicine started simply by spending time with your mother. Let's talk about the history of how you got into this.
Well, I grew up with a mom who was a nurse. So actually, I was in her tummy while she was in nursing school. And she's holding me in her nursing school graduation pictures. So I grew up in that environment. My aunt actually was her co-student, so she was her colleague. So they were both in nursing school together. I literally grew up in the halls of the hospital. And I grew up seeing, she was a theater nurse as well, so I would be in the operating theater space. So I would be seeing the greens, hearing the buzzing of the machines, smelling the antiseptic. I would sneak in.
And so there you
Don't tell
are.
anyone.
I wouldn't tell anyone.
So it was just fascinating to me. It was just so fascinating. And from 4 years old, I'm told, I said, I want to be a doctor. So it was from childhood, this dream was planted in my heart.
Yes.
And I pursued it ever since.
And that's such a powerful story, indeed, a big testimony, because your faith is also important to you. As a girl growing up in church, singing in church and still singing in church today, you're led by your faith to be able to provide the service that you do to people. And so your business is designed around bringing compassion and care, comfort and gentility to the women who you serve, even in providing home births. Is that a specialty for you?
Well, the home birth aspect really on my mom, also a midwife. So yes, she's a midwife, a theater nurse, a strict health visitor. And so with her expertise, we have been able to offer home birth services whenever it is requested to patients. And even that came out of an act of love, as it came from a simple request from a friend that I went to school with. She reached out to me and said, "Rachel," of course we're on a first name basis. She said, "Rachel, I really would like to have a home birth." And I said, "Are you sure? Okay, we will facilitate that for you." And that's where Harmony Health, the business name, came into being. Because with that, we were able to facilitate her home birth and also see her through 2 further pregnancies, another home birth after that. So home birthing, it's not something that is very popular, but it's something that is available to patients if they fit the criteria, because the criteria are very strict. You want to have a very low risk patient having a delivery out in the community. So once she fits the criteria, and her pregnancy has been going well, and this is what she truly desires, we can talk about it and facilitate that request.
You do so much indeed. And so being a gynecologist means you have to be in a private space, dealing with private matters and managing the privacy and care for the females who you engage with. You have 2 children. Are they boys and girls, boy and girl?
Yes.
What are the sexes?
15-year-old boy, 5-year-old girl.
And so she is watching you as you would have watched your mother. Do you think by your living that you are giving her the same guidance you would have received from your mother?
I believe so, and I know that she is watching me. She recently graduated from the preschool level of schooling, and at her graduation, we didn't know, it was a surprise to all the parents what the children were going to say. So when we got there, her part was to say, I want to be a doctor that delivers babies, just like my mother. Yeah, so I know that she is watching me.
And she said that and you burst into tears.
Oh my goodness, it was such an emotional moment.
I can well
and
imagine.
The teachers, they didn't tell us that this was going to happen, you know, so it was truly an awesome moment.
So being the gentle gynecologist means you're not just, Father, forgive me for the word I'm going to use right now, poking into different things, but you are also counseling and managing women through your discoveries. So talk to me a little bit about your training and how you got to that point where your compassion is such that you're referred to as a gentle gynecologist.
Well, throughout my own pregnancy, I was in medical school at the time when I had my son, and I encountered doctors and nurses who were so kind to me. And after I had my son, my very next rotation was actually obstetrics and gynecology. And again, the environment that I encountered at Jamaica Hospital, New York, in Queens, New York, it was so compassionate, so kind, so gentle, so loving. And also they were dealing with women of many ethnicities, as you could imagine. A very large Hispanic population, for instance, Muslim or Islamic women from different spheres of life. And I saw my seniors interact with each woman at her own cultural and social level. Even one time in the delivery room, the midwife gave me a quiet scolding and she said, listen, she can hear you. You don't need to shout and tell her to push. You can be very quiet and calm in this room. And you know, so with all of that training, I started to develop my compassionate and gentle nature. But as well, it's also just a part of who I am.
Yes.
Right? And as I developed, as I have gone along and I've seen women, I've seen their struggles, I've seen how they have felt unheard, unseen. When we are talking about women going through labor without pain management, sufficient pain management, things like that, or they're going through antenatal care and you know that there's no one around. So there are social deficiencies. They have no partner, no family. We see so many things. We see intimate partner violence. There are so many things that we see in that room, in that 20 minutes that we are talking to a patient. We become more than just a doctor. We have to take it beyond medicine. It's now a counselor. Sometimes it's a financial advisor, a parental advisor.
Yes.
Sometimes you're dealing with a teenager. You have to meet her as a child because she is still a child, although she is having a baby. You have to speak to her mom who might be in a moment of such disappointment. So many different things we have to encounter. And as you develop as a doctor, you are able to gain strategies to be able to deal with these different things.
That's why they call you the gentle gynecologist. And so when all is said and done, at the end of the day, you go home with your faith and your faith restores you for the next day to do it again and again and again. And so, Dr. Corridon, I want to thank you. I'm out of time, but I thank you so very much for joining us. You're such a fascinating woman in the work and the profession that you do, and we can see your passion flowing through you on our screens indeed, and I want to encourage you to continue doing well what you've started to do already.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Barbados.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados is right back after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
On Sunday, right here at CBC TV8 in the afternoon, you're called upon to rise for Jamaica. You're called upon to give for Jamaica. You're going to be called upon to help Jamaica. And so there's going to be a mediathon in Barbados hosted by the UWI, the Red Cross, and media services across Barbados. And so joining me as we take a deeper look into what we can expect on Sunday is Dr. Henderson Carter, who is coordinating the mediathon from the UWI's perspective, and with him is Fabiana Alexander, who is the president of the Barbados Red Cross. The need is great, Barbados, and so we needed to respond to the need indeed. And so Dr. Carter, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
Talk to me about the mediathon and what we can expect on Sunday to be engaged in doing.
Well, colleagues, this Sunday, we are asking Barbadians all over, not only Barbadians in Barbados, but Barbadians in the diaspora, to come out and pledge support to the Jamaica effort. Jamaica is in trouble, especially Western Jamaica. You've seen the stories and heard the stories of Black River. Churches gone, homes gone, no water, no sanitation, no businesses to go to work to. It is a crisis. We're asking Barbadians to come out and pledge between the hours of 3 and 4 in the afternoon. Pledge your 2 cents worth. We've had groups.
3 and 4?
3 and 7. 3 and 7, 4 hours.
Yes.
4 hours. Come out and pledge. We'll be having entertainment as well. A lot of Jamaican students have put up their hands to say, yes, we are coming out, we're going to give poems, we're going to do dances, etc. Entertainers in Barbados, we'll be having speeches, recorded speeches as well. It is going to be an evening of giving, an evening of reflection, knowing that people in Jamaica, especially in Western Jamaica, are having a hard time. So I encourage people to come out and pledge. You will get the information of how you could pay, because we want you to make good on your pledges.
Yes.
Okay? And you could give up to 2 weeks after, because this situation is not going away easily.
Not in a minute, no.
Okay? So there is an opportunity to give and to give back. So regardless of how much you have, come out and give. Make your calls, and we'll be happy.
Yeah. So as you watch, follow the numbers that are going to be given on the screen. Place your pledge by calling and doing so, and then follow up on your pledge. It is so important. As Dr. Carter just said, this is not going away in a minute. Jamaica, western side, flattened. You know what you would need, and so Jamaica now needs us to help them fulfill their need. And so, Fabiana, from the Red Cross perspective, you see it. This is what the Red Cross is designed to do, to step in the need of the time of need. Talk to me a little bit about the desperation that you hear about in Jamaica.
Unfortunately, as Dr. Henderson Carter mentioned, the need is quite great. Currently, it has been estimated that over 30% of the GDP of Jamaica has been wiped out as a result of Hurricane Melissa. And they were just starting to recover from Hurricane Beryl last year. So currently, Jamaica Red Cross, who we're working with very closely, has been responding. They've been there, and that's what we do as a movement. We were there even before the storm to help prepare. They would have had access to about $1 million Swiss francs to help in the preparedness efforts and in the immediate aftermath, the response. But currently, the International Federation is on the ground supporting Jamaica, and we all in the region are supporting as well. And we're seeking to raise, the International Federation itself is seeking to raise about 23 million US dollars to help support, because there are quite a bit of need. There are still over 800 shelters that are open, persons in shelters. Homes have been devastated, and we're seeking over 8,000 persons that we're seeking to support. Items such as housing, tarpaulins, water. You can imagine the kind of things that are needed in the immediate aftermath, let alone in the long term. And it has been estimated that over $6 billion in loss and damages has been impacted.
It's
in
significant.
Jamaica.
The
Yes.
need is great. And so we're asking you to pull from the depths of what you have to give on Sunday from 3 in the afternoon until 7 in the Mediathon. Jamaica needs us right now. And so, Dr. Carter, is it a pledge of cash only, or are we pledging kind as well?
Both cash and in kind. And we ask that if you have cash, you bring it Monday morning, not Sunday, to the cashiers either at CBC, VOB, or the UWI. If you have it in kind, that is to be taken to the Department of Emergency Management on the Harbour Road, and then the cash and the in-kind donations will be turned over to the Red Cross, who will in fact turn it over to the Jamaica Society so that it gets where it has to go. Okay, so we are asking Barbadians, churches, schools, individuals, business houses, all Barbados to make their pledges on Sunday.
On Sunday at 3. Sunday, 3 o'clock, the Mediathon across the media of Barbados, and of course on UETV as well. And so we want to give you an opportunity on that day as an avenue through the media. The media reaches. We play their music, we enjoy their music. Now we give back in support of our Jamaican brothers and sisters. The need is great, Barbados. And so let's give significantly, Barbados. On Sunday, 3 o'clock, right here on CBC TV8. Thank you so much for joining us both. I wish only but success for this endeavor indeed, because the need is great.
Yes.
Can't underscore that enough. Dr. Henderson Carter, who is the media coordinator for the Mediathon coordinator for this upcoming Mediathon. Fabiana Alexander, who heads and is the president of the Barbados Red Cross. The need is great, Barbados. Sunday, 3 o'clock, give and give. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people, Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities only on CBC TV8 every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Mornin Barbados news is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
In the news now, a declaration that through combined economic, social and political influence, the African diaspora can be a powerful catalyst for development and transformation across the continent. It's coming from Utumfuso Osei Tutu II, who is Ghana's Asante King. He was speaking at the Wednesday night's Guba Awards at the Wyndham Grand, where Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, was among those honored. Here's a report from Anesta Henry.
The diaspora is crucial in shifting the global narrative about Africa from a continent of dependence to one of opportunity, partnerships, and strengths. This is the firm belief of Chief Utumfo Osei Tutu II, who says the nominees and awardees for the Guba Awards demonstrate the expertise in Africa and its diaspora.
While the African diaspora may have developed their unique cultures and identities in the present locations where they find themselves, they still share a common ancestry of African heritage.
Jump!
There's beauty in diversity, but there's also strength in unity.
Jump!
As Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, rightly observed, the forces that unite us are intrinsic and greater than the superimposed influences that keep us apart.
Jump!
Let's stay together and redouble our efforts to connect, build and renew our relationships, and we shall reap the rich dividend of prospering and thriving together.
The prestigious Guba Awards ceremony is a high-profile event that celebrates excellence, innovation, and leadership in the African and Caribbean communities. Held in Barbados for the first time, the awards brought together business leaders, investors, and policymakers with the aim of deepening economic collaboration and cultural ties between the two regions. Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, was honored for his legacy of service and excellence with a Guba Vanguard Award for Economic Leadership.
This is really a team effort. In fact, I will say this is Team Barbados Award. Many persons who have contributed to my journey, from the Economic Barbados Economic Team, back down to my childhood family, school teachers, friends, etc. So this is a award for all those who have allowed me to stand on shoulders and guide me to where I am today.
Barbadian-born American transplant surgeon Dr. Velma Scantlebury was presented with the Black Star Transformational Impact in Medicine Award. Dr. Scantlebury says it's an inspiration to receive the award in her homeland.
Where my roots are, where I was grounded, given all that passion and desire. And I have to say that it's not just a story about my journey, but it's also a reflection of the power of purpose, the power of determination. Because when I was told that I couldn't be a surgeon, I didn't have the hands of a surgeon, or I didn't have what it took to be a surgeon, it was that determination that kept me going.
President of Barbados, Her Excellency the Most Honorable Dame Sandra Mason, presented American pastor and civil rights activist Dr. Amos Brown with the Guba Black Star Lifetime Impact Award. During the Night of Excellence, there was a cultural splendor and extraordinary display of artistry through fashion. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Barbados is stepping up efforts to ensure access to affordable, locally produced food. The Farmers and Fishers Gateway initiative, bringing together government ministries, training institutions and private partners to modernize agriculture and fisheries, was launched on Wednesday evening. Deanza Roberts reports.
At the official launch, Senior Minister in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. William Duguid, said the program is a major pillar of Mission Barbados, aimed at making the island food secure by 2030. He explained that the Gateway will provide structured training in many areas.
This Gateway initiative is designed to equip our farmers and fishers with the skills, tools and knowledge they need to thrive in a rapidly changing world. From apiculture to aquaponics, from boat building to food safety, from drip irrigation to digital traceability, we are preparing our people not just to survive, but to lead. The Gateway is more than a training program. It is a movement to modernize agriculture and fisheries, a movement to reignite interest among our youth, to certify our workers, and to create pathways to entrepreneurship.
Minister of Training and Tertiary Education Sandra Husband says the initiative will help restore dignity to farming and fishing and make them attractive career paths once again.
The history of farming, as it has been associated with slavery and it has been associated with subsistence, has made farming and at times fishing unattractive to our young people as a means to really build a sustainable future. That stigma has resulted in many of us not engaging in learning the basic skills of farming and the basic skills in fishing. And so our young people in schools do not gravitate naturally to those. So what must we do? We have to create the baby steps. We have to create that first platform to help young people to engage farming and fishing.
Director of Tertiary Education, Dr. Roderick Rudder, said the program complements the country's broader mission of self-reliance and development.
We in Barbados face a significant challenge of self-sufficiency in food production. We also face the reality of an annual high import bill. In recent years, particularly as a result of various global disruptions such as the war in Ukraine, supply chains have been disrupted. And we have seen increasing costs as it relates to various imports, especially as it relates to food.
The Farmers and Fishers Gateway initiative will offer training in 6 areas initially. It is expected to expand in phases as part of the government's drive toward a sustainable Barbados by 2030. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Cadets at Queen's College showed off their skills and precision yesterday at the No. 121 company, who celebrated 25 years of existence. They marked that historic occasion with a Remembrance Day parade and wreath-laying ceremony. Anesta Henry was there. She filed this report.
Under the gracious patronage of President of Barbados, Her Excellency Dame Sandra Mason, the No. 21 Cadet Company celebrated the vision of its founders, dedication of officers and instructors, steadfast support of parents and the wider school community, and the excellence of generations of cadets who have carried the colors with distinction on parade grounds, in classrooms, and in service to Barbados. Chairman of Queen's College Board of Management, Linda Holder, says the cadets are celebrating discipline, service, leadership, and pride in school and country.
Although I never carried the colors of the No. 21 Cadet Company, I am a product of the Cadet Corps and I'm an alumni of Queen's College. Therefore, I am claiming ownership as well. As we celebrate this milestone, we also pause to acknowledge Remembrance Day, a solemn reminder of the courage, sacrifice, and unity shown by those who served in conflicts past. Their legacy of honor and duty continues to inspire the values that the Barbados Cadet Corps instills in each cadet: discipline, respect, and service to nation and humanity.
And Ms. Holder says the ceremony was not only about celebration, but also of remembrance, linking the proud history of those who served with the promise of those who now wear the uniform.
Today's unveiling is both a tribute and a charge. A tribute to those who built and sustained this company, and a charge to our current cadets to uphold the highest standards of character, teamwork, and civic duty. May the next 25 years be marked by the same courage, resilience, and leadership that have defined number 21 since its inception.
During the ceremony, flags were raised, Dame Sandra Mason was presented with a number of gifts, and the cadets marched on to the number 21 company's future. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
In sports, $3,000 in prize money will be up for stake in the 2025 edition of the Charles Walcott Foundation Joseph Payne Memorial Secondary School's Field Events Circuit. It's a mouthful. Backed once again by Pharmacy Sales Caribbean, the series, which was launched at the Barbados Olympic Center, gets going December the 10th at the Coleridge and Parry School. 28 events are on the calendar for the opening series, including a shot put challenge. Walcott says the circuit will help to unearth new talent, and the aim is to surpass last year's total entries of 215.
This year marks the 4th hosting of the circuit, and it's really an opportunity for all of the secondary schools to participate. I know it's early season, and it is really placed in that position to encourage the coaches and the PE teachers within the secondary schools to get your children training early, so that as they seek selection for Carifta Games and so on, that they would have gotten in pre-season training and getting ready for competition. The first to third place finishers will be awarded medals. There's a cash prize component for the top 3 schools. So the first place will receive $1,500, the second place $1,000, and third place $500.
The circuit has been established at 5 secondary schools: Christchurch Foundation, the St. Michael's School, Queen's College, St. George Secondary, and Coleridge and Parry.
In terms of the format for the circuit, it will start at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, the 10th of December. The venue is the Coleridge and Parry School. So each school is allowed 2 athletes per event to participate per age category. So you have a fairly wide base of competitors that you can include in the competition. Entries are by team manager only, so we would have circulated the team manager file already to all the PE teachers and so on, that you can start the process of submitting entries. The deadline for entries is December 1st, so we would like you to adhere to the deadline so that we can have an idea of how many athletes we have registered to participate and make any changes to the final program.
General Manager of the Barbados Olympic Association, Glenn Clark, says the series fulfills a number of their mandates.
Pillar 1, which is driving excellence and igniting passion, features the development and the opportunity to give athletes an opportunity to compete. Our third pillar, building capacity, is about assisting the National Federation and by extension the foundation and clubs an opportunity to assist in the development of the athletes and assisting them through competition, development through competition. And also our second pillar, transforming lives through sport, using sport as a vehicle for human development. And we believe that this event strikes those 3 pillars.
That's our news until now. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon here on TV8. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Morning Barbados news is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
Hey there, it's Mahalia.
I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
18 minutes now after the hour of 7 o'clock. I'm going to give you a chance to win in just a moment, but still to come, we'll remind you of why you should be watching TV8 tonight for the premiere of a very special documentary. We'll also be sharing with you what else to expect as St. Michael continues to gather this month of November, and we will be rising reggae. Junior Kelly will join us in just a little while. But time now to play Celebrate 59 and win. Of course, you'll get a chance to win simply by calling me on 228-5562 or 228-5563 to let me know what your thoughts are on completing the particular Bajan proverb. Are you ready? Because we want to give you, I know you're anxiously standing by to give us a call. I know yesterday we had some little ones who called to try their hand at the proverb as well, and they want to encourage little ones to also call, and perhaps you other big ones engage in a conversation with the little ones about the traditions of Barbados, part of which is conkeys. I will not walk away from this comment. Conkeys. It is already the 14th of November. Half of the month has gone. I have not tasted yet a single conkey. This is a serious indictment on whoever feels the indictment. But we really want to enjoy the traditions of Barbados. So I want to encourage you where possible to get your conkeys and enjoy your delicacies. It's time to celebrate now. 59 and win. Time to get away, time to call me right now. Get cracking, folks. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call me right now to see if you can finish this proverb. Take a look at your screen. Take a look at your screen. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Ask no questions, hear no lies. There's something else to that? There's something else after that? Really? What comes after that? Ask no questions, hear no lies. What flows from that phrase there after that? I'm being so serious. 228-5562 or 228-5563. All my life, I thought it ended there. But clearly, there's much more to it. So what is it? Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are
Good.
you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. What's the first name and where you're watching from?
I am watching from St. Michael.
And the first name is?
Leanne.
Leanne, answer this one. Finish this phrase. Ask no questions, hear no lies. Leanne?
Yes, please, sorry.
Finish the proverb.
Ask no questions, fear no lies, touching molasses, catch no flies.
You got that from a song. You got that from a song.
No, no, my grandmother used to say that all the time.
Your grandmother said that all the time?
Yes.
All of that?
What it means, I don't know.
I'm like you, Leanne. I don't know neither. So I can't even help you there whether you're right or wrong. Is she right or wrong? You're jumping for joy. Leanne, well done. Stay on the line. We'll take some information from you. Congratulations. Put down molasses, catch no flies. Ask no question, hear no lies. Put down molasses, catch no flies. You just shared something with me, but thanks, Leanne from St. Michael. She's our winner today in Celebrate 59 and Win.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Então, I'm going to meet some friends. On Sunday, open Freedom Park. So, looking at Freedom Park, though, on Sunday, they end up drinking some alcohol. On Sunday, for drink alcohol, but they start drink alcohol, then they end up back when they crack cocaine again. And the whole that whole happened.
The number of months to get it to CBC TV, boy, perseverance definitely pays off. The documentary is known as The Rock and Hard Place. I sat with Chantel Evening, who has really worked so hard with her team on this documentary, and now it's coming to TV tonight, just after 9 o'clock. Chantel, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
So it's seen the light of day on TV8.
Hallelujah.
You followed our request. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Indeed. It's phenomenal work.
Thank you so much. It's been work of the heart, you know?
Yes. So when we watch tonight, what do you think we'll see and what do you think we'll hear?
So watching tonight, you are going to see authentic stories from people in active crack addiction. Stories that share from their backstory, their origin story, where they came from, their experiences growing up, what led them into substance abuse, what it is like actually living in this state, their challenges, their concerns about themselves. Many of them, I find, are incredibly self-aware, and so they know where their shortcomings are. We speak about the connection with violence and what that's like in their communities, the connection with prostitution and other sex-related issues connected to drugs. So it is a full and very holistic view of what it is like to be living on crack cocaine in Barbados in 2025.
I mean, literally, you took us into the den.
Yes, I
You
did.
showed us the reality of
Yes.
people who struggle with abuse, and then we heard their story. And a lot of these are real people with connections to other people. And they talk a lot about how certain people let them down. They talked about how certain societal structures let them down. And I hope that, and as you did with the screening, that it creates that conversation right after once we watch it tonight.
Very much so. And they talked about how they let themselves down.
Yes.
Most importantly, because a lot of them actually did, I guess, have accountability for themselves. Like, this was my action, I chose to do this, and therefore here I am. And so I hope that when people watch, it is not just oh, look at them story, but let's be introspective as well. Because but for the grace of God, there go I. You know, what things am I doing in my life that could possibly lead me down this road? Because these are not people who just grew up and had no choice but to be on drugs. These are people who had very much possibilities in front of them. We have somebody who is an executive chef. We have someone who was a pretty known artist. Someone else who was studying at university in England. So these are people like you and like me who made wrong decisions and have now found themselves in a place that's very hard to get out of.
Yeah, we drive by them, we sometimes see them, we scorn them, but we never took the time to listen to them.
Yes.
And that's what you've done with this production. You've taken the time to hear them tell their authentic story in their authentic voice.
Very much.
And you hear their pain, you hear their struggle wanting to get back to a life that we consider to be normal.
Yes.
And that struggle is the one that I suppose we would want us to identify with, so that we see how we can help and not further hinder.
Yes, for sure. And you hit the nail on the head. We often look at these people and we just think nuisance. You know, we think, you're what less, you ain't doing anything for yourself or for society. But to hear their story, hopefully it will bring a different perspective. I am not saying that they're not nuisances, because quite frankly, sometimes they are. However, they're human first.
Yes.
They're human beings first, and we need to start giving them back their humanity. And everybody might not be able to do something to change the situation on a large level, but we might be able to be more kind. We might be able to have a bit more empathy. But some of us can make changes at policy levels. We can make changes within our organizations that reach these people. So hopefully hearing their stories, people will pause and think, what can I do differently? And I was very intentional in this documentary to only have the voices of people in addiction. This documentary has no expert voices. They are the experts. So there are no psychologists, there are no treatment providers, no police, no other law enforcement agencies. It is people living in addiction, talking about addiction, and we are going to take a moment, I hope, to pause, listen, absorb, and take from it whatever we are meant to take from it. Because I do believe that different people will take away different things.
And I agree with you. You know, you've taken the time to shine the spotlight on the darkness, the darker side of our society, that we close our eyes, and there's still people who live in ignorance of that dark side of our community. And so I hope that you folks tonight, to make time tonight to sit before your TV screen to watch this. It shows at 3 minutes after 9 tonight on CBC TV8. It gives you an opportunity to hear real people. Like this lady here, her story would make you cry. It would make you cry. And then you see how life has been so unfair to people, and it forced them into this addiction.
Yes.
But you also see how people have chosen to do this. But you also see how people can be so rational while being addicted.
Within it, correct.
As well. And so I hope that this opens your eyes to the range of different ways in which addiction displays itself, and not assume simply that that person is simply crazy.
Correct.
A lot of them just want to get better. They want to get better, but it requires, as a society, I think, our compassion, our understanding, our willingness to listen and to see them and authenticate them for who they are first.
Correct.
And then we reach out.
Correct, yes.
And do what we need to do as a community. This is well done, Chandra. I don't want you to leave without picking up your crew, because there are a number of people who you worked with.
Yes.
This is so outstanding.
Thank you so much. So the people that worked with me, my on-the-ground crew was very small. We had a very tiny footprint. So it was me, Kirk Dawson of 13 Degrees North, and Herman Maskell, who is our 24-hour security. And then coming out in post-production, we had my sister Day, Camille Evelyn, and Kerry Miller did color correction, and then we had original music coming out of this. So Brad Griffith produced the theme song, Find a Way, which was sung by Kev Jones, and one of the addicts featured in the documentary, Bruce Chandler, also did a song for the not for the documentary. He did a song and we recorded it and we put it in the documentary.
Because
yes,
we heard the real sweet voice of Bruce again.
Yes, yes.
It was so good to see him stand before the microphone and sing one more. And all he wants to, I don't want to tell you the story, I don't want to give it the plot. But you will watch it today and you will see for yourself, folks. It is going to be riveting. What's its duration?
It's 1 hour and 37 minutes. People, I know it's a little long, but it's worth it.
It is worth it.
Stick with it.
And that's the whole point. It's worth it. Tonight, 9:03 on CBC TV8, see the documentary Between a Rock and a Hard Place. And we see how these people survive. And we see ourselves and our own lack of humanity at times. And hope that it pulls from within us the desire to make a difference, to support those who walk and live among us who are struggling. Thank you, Chantal.
Thank you, Pearson.
You're very welcome.
Thank
Chantal Evelyn, the producer, the woman behind the documentary, indeed. And so tonight, 9:03 on TV8. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices. Hi guys, Dottie.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
20 to 8 o'clock now as we continue to talk you up on what's happening in St. Michael in this month of November as we gather in St. Michael for phenomenal things, and big things are happening indeed. As always, with me is Kelvin Carvalho, who leads the organizing committee, and with him he's brought along Henderson Williams and Lawrence. Sorry. I know.
Lorenzo, right?
His mother called him Lawrence. He told us his name is Lorenzo. But Lorenzo, good morning to you as well.
Yes, good morning. What I would say is that Lorenzo is Lawrence loosely translated in Spanish. So
that's your excuse.
Okay. Yeah, that's the excuse.
That's your excuse. Fair enough. We work with that for sure. Gentlemen, morning.
Hi,
and
good
so,
morning.
Again, St. Michael is being paid attention to. What's going on?
Yes. I have to make this really quick. What's going on is that this weekend, St. Michael, the city, Bridgetown, will come alive. So make sure you get your passport and also your visas to come into the city. So we're opening Bridgetown to all of Barbados.
Is my visa free?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You covered. Right. So, to register for any of the events that we have coming up, St. Michael, we're gathering without the G at gmail.com, or you can call 844-3087. 844-3087. We have the free history tours happening at 8 a.m., the walking tours, and at 10:30 a.m. as well. The assembly point for those tours are at Hero Square. Then we have the Center for Hybrid Studies, the Old Spirit Bond. You have 3 tours happening, one at 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. The Exposium Self-Guided Tour, that's at 11 a.m. Till 5. Then you have the Top Cat Cruises, right? The Top Cat Cruises Coastal History Boat Tour. We are doing our history lessons from the ocean.
Yeah.
So we're looking from the water onto the sea, straight down from the Hilton and coming straight to the Carinage. But we have it's going to be epic. So make sure you call and book the limited spaces available right now, right? And then we have the Barbados Parliament, the museum will be open as well. From the tours will be happening at 11 a.m., 12 a.m., 1 p.m., and 2 p.m. And the overall events for the day, we have the cooperative, we gathering entrepreneur fair. That's happening at the Church Village Greens, and that's from 9 till 5, and that's in collaboration with the St. Michael We Gathering. Then we have the Independence in Independence Square, the Craft Corner, from 10 to 4. So all the craftsmen from within St. Michael will be in Independence Square. Come out and support them. The jewelry, I saw some of the pieces, and it's really, really, really nice. But then we have fishing on the boardwalk, right, to calm you right down, right? So bring out your children, the family, and be going fishing on the boardwalk.
You remember the days jumping off the bridge?
Yes.
I'm not putting it at anybody's heads, but you remember those days, right?
But I remember that, and I went home. I told my mother I want to be a wharf boy. And my mother beat me. It looked like a lot of fun.
It looked
with good reason.
With good reason, But also we have discounts happening throughout. So we have over 15 stores, and those stores are like Fashion City, City High, Big Tang, SAS Enterprise, Palm and Family Trading, $2 plus Mega Store, Menwali's, Excuse Me, Miss, and the Caribbean Queen. They're not even giving 11%, they're giving 15% on all electronics, hair, bags, and so on, and Brooklyn Finest, A Touch of Class, and Bahana Boutique. And these are just a few. So when you go to town tomorrow,
ask for your discount.
St. Michael will be gathering.
Indeed. So all over town tomorrow.
Yes.
You ask us to register. We can send an email to
Yes. Yes. You can
to get my passport.
Yes. You can send your email. Email us at stmichaelwegathering@gmail.com.
To get our passport, and my passport then gives me entry into all of these discounts.
Give you entry, yes.
Limited spaces.
But limited spaces.
Yeah, so you really need to start cracking on and register if you haven't already done so. I'll call
844-3087. 844-3087.
Big day in the city tomorrow, folks. A big day in the city tomorrow indeed. So show up and show out and show off at all that you can get in the city. But then Henderson and Lorenzo, there's something happening in, nobody can forget Baxter's Row.
Absolutely.
And the history of Baxter's Row. What's happening?
Well, of course, we're going to bring back the Baxter Road Mall. Lorenzo has been busy in terms of getting the artists together.
You know, we've been doing some. Naval have been doing a tremendous. The place is going to be lit from Broad Street all the way across to Baxter's Road. So no issue in terms of lighting. All that's going to be done. You know, but certainly morning to the committee, Lorenzo, Glenn Harvey, and all the persons who are working together. There's a tremendous amount that has been going on to make this happen. But Lorenzo has the lineup for you.
Yeah, we're starting at 1 p.m. That we'll have.
When is this?
This is on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
On
That as
Saturday
in
15th.
as in tomorrow as well.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. A whole lot of stuff is going on.
Go ahead,
a whole lot of
sir.
stuff.
And stuff happening tonight too.
No reason to be home.
Or to
but
leave
be
town.
preparing. If you're at home, you should be preparing to come to the Baxter's Road Mall and Street Festival. You know, we have, it's starting at 1 o'clock, we have a Dufiliki performance. There's going to be a parade from town coming through Baxter's Road. You're going to have the Shaggy Bears, you know, the Stilt Walkers, you know, because you see that start Tuck Band, all that type of stuff. We start at 1 o'clock where we're going to have some DJs. We're going to take a small break at 5 o'clock. We bring on some local talent. A youngster called Navio Bostic. He goes to school at the St. Mary's School. So he has a wonderful voice, man. Wow. And then, you know, we're going to have some competitions. You know, we have the salt bread in a competition. We're getting water. You know?
Choke.
We're looking to have a whole lot of competitions.
Liver cutter, don't forget.
Liver cutter, Mobby drinking, all type of stuff, you know. Really shout out these shop owners that have come on board to help.
Pink Stars on?
Who doesn't
go to Baxter's Road?
Who doesn't go to
Of course. Also, we're going to after all that, we're going to have the artists. You know, we decide to bring not only for the youngsters. We got Longfella there. You know, from what I see, he's going to be doing something. I don't know if I put it out the bike. Just from Richard Stoke. Sorry,
Classics.
Richard Stoke, sorry.
Yes.
We have a Shaq, you know, wants you there. We're going to have some good spooch. We have Young Quan from the area, Shaquille, myself. We have Marsville, and you know, we got Mikey.
It's a big show. Big show.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, all of those names you heard have come from the area, and they're not the only ones. There's a lot more. There's a lot more people from the area.
So you're taking over Baxter's Road?
Yeah, man.
And where's the big show going to? I call it big show. You know, where's that going to be? In the corner there by the lights?
No. You know, we usually have stuff there, but if anyone knows Baxter's Road and you know where Jordan's car park
That is where it is.
You know, next to Jordan's car park,
I got you.
There's an open area next to the Chinese restaurant.
I got you.
But it's for everybody else.
But I got you.
Yeah.
So, in other words, Baxter's Road comes alive again tomorrow, Saturday. So we're taking all the benefits of all the shopping in town, then you head into Baxter's Road. Follow the parade down. Keep the music. Is there any consideration given to traffic flow?
Yes. There will be the street is going to close off only on Saturday because remember we're starting this evening as well.
Right.
So Baxter's Road is going to come alive tonight
as well.
The shop owners are going to bring the systems out. So you come down to Baxter's Road tonight as well. So we're running from tonight to Sunday. But the big thing is going to be tomorrow. On Saturday.
Right, I know that on Saturday, in terms you asked about road closures, between 9 and 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. The roads are going to be shut. Right. Just like how it would have been back in the day.
By that time, most traffic would have gone through the house.
And historically, you went to Effect, you end up in Baxter's Road. You're preparing for the finals, you come to Baxter's Road. You're preparing for Bridgetown Market, you come to Baxter's Road. So there's a lot of nostalgia that is going to be associated with the event, and we want to bring that back because there's a ton of history.
And there's
very quickly, my helicopter is circling.
Quickly got to talk. We just mentioned the love. Also on November 15th, Kurt Humphrey, he's having his Love Walk and concert Saturday, November 15th. The walk starts at the corner of Warners Road and Villa Road at 3 p.m. with the Love concert at Jasmine Hardcourt at 6. If I get the route short,
quickly.
The route, we're going from the corner of Warners Road and Villa Road by his constituency office, turn left onto Villa Road, then right onto Lane Road. At the end of Lane Road, we turn left onto Brennan's Cross Road, turn right onto Dalkeith, and then after turning right off of Dalkeith onto Chelston Avenue by the church, travel along Chelston Avenue to connect onto Culloden Road, walk to the end of Culloden Road, turn right onto Beckles Road, turn left into Jessamy Avenue, and you end at the Hardcourt.
I got the route. I have the route. I can see it. So, gentlemen, there's a lot happening in Barbados. There's a lot happening in St. Michael. Tomorrow is a big day. Oh, hold it, but it starts tonight. From tonight at Baxter's Road, where Bridgetown truly comes alive one more time. for just nostalgia purposes, but for real purposes of good business as well, but good camaraderie as well. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Henderson. Thank you, Lorenzo.
Yes,
I call you Lawrence. Have a great weekend and much success with all the endeavors.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you this weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking out for everybody.
That's true.
Everybody's invited to come down.
Everyone. Morning Barbados comes back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
If I sang If Life Loves So Nice, you would have recognized it. But if he sings it, you would immediately. Junior Kelly is with me, ladies and gentlemen, as well as Risa Garnes. They are both headlining Rise Reggae tomorrow at Kensington Oval. To both of you, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good to have you. Welcome. But you're always home, so we know you, Risa. But Junior, welcome to you.
Yeah, man. Thanks
I mean,
for having
Barbados knows you. Barbados knows your music. It's almost as if you live here.
I'm honored. I'm flattered, actually, because one of the things with Barbados is the fans here pick up my music from early in my career, right? So we grew together basically. And you know, music trigger memory, right? And they can remember what happening in their lives when Love So Nice was, you know, was smashing on the radio. And it's very touching. Actually, music is therapy, and I'm glad to be a part of the healing process of humanity. I love to heal, you understand? And this is my contribution.
And we thank you for your contribution and your gift to the world through your great artistry.
Thank you.
But Jamaica is Jamaica is Jamaica. Jamaica is going through a tough time right now.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I'm trying to keep focus on the show, and it's very hard because my heart is at home, you know what I mean? With all what's happening, it's about 42 deaths so far, and there's a lot of people still missing. And you know, with every 24 hours that pass, right, missing become just recovery, you know. And there's places that are still saturated with water, still underwater, and the water hasn't receded yet, you know. So the good thing though, the Caribbean, the regional people, Barbados is helping a lot. Trinidad is helping a lot, you know. Guyana is helping a lot. You know, we're getting real good help. And trust me, who can send something, pray for us.
Indeed. You know, your national anthem ends, Jamaica, land we love.
Yeah.
And we've supported Jamaica through athletics, particularly through reggae music, and all of the wonderful, the colors alone are stunning.
Yeah, man,
and so
thank you.
we're happy to celebrate the significant contribution reggae has given to the world at Rise Reggae. We said, but they handpicked you.
Yeah,
you were chosen, but then again, when we hear you, we know that's reggae.
Well, I've been working towards this moment, this time to take the big stage, and just excited to bring the all-female band, Impressive Root. Shout out to Juanita on the drums, shout out to Shanae, shout out to Danielle, and Larix, who's going to join us also. Just anticipating, epic greatness to come from.
Yeah, man. Do you feel in any way intimidated by the greatness around you? Junior Kelly is right next to you.
I feel somewhat overwhelmed. Yeah, that's what I would say. I try to not be fanatic, but like this is we right here, and I'm gonna share the stage with him, and it's such a privilege, such an honor.
It's an honor to have you on stage with us too. You know, I mean, Rise Reggae, Rise Reggae Barbados is it's a good look, and it's about fun. It's about educating ourselves, entertaining ourselves, and to share, you know, in the moment. We're going to make some serious history, you know, something we can look back on and say, yes, I was a part of that, you know? Yeah.
It seems as if you give great thought to the music you sing and the things you do. You don't just take it for granted, oh, I'll just entertain, they'll pay me and I'm gone.
No. That's empty, that's hollow, that's without substance. I can't be associated with that. And it's not something I'm putting on. I was brought up that way by my parents, you know, and so it have to mean something more, not for myself, but for others. You understand? I'm from a family of sharers, you know. I'm from a family of carers who care about others, care about neighbors, care about people that are, it's not your bloodline, but you show that empathy. When you see they're in pain, everybody can relate to pain. We know what pain is, right? And so I'm happy to know that my upbringing now filters into my artistry, my music, and it reflects on people's life, and just the upliftment of getting by on another day, through another day. Even earlier, your guest, the person, the producer of the documentary, it's a wonderful documentary. I have no doubt. I might just watch it later too. You know what I mean? It's about that, because it's about connecting with the people, and music, trust me, my brother, it's a real healer, music. It heals me myself. I always say this. The same thing that drives me crazy is the same thing that keeps me insane. I mean, sane, you know, because music, you understand, when I am doing it, I have tunnel vision. I picture what I'm writing about, and I create things within that 3 minutes of music that people can relate to and feel like they're getting help from, because music do help. You understand?
So I can imagine that when you're performing and the music plays and they sing before you. They sing louder than you. Yes. They close their eyes and absorb the song.
Yeah, exactly.
What does that mean to you when you watch that from the stage?
Listen, I've been some places that their first language is not English, not by a long shot, and them speak predominantly Spanish or German or French or Dutch, and they're singing every line, every single line. It's always amazed me to watch that and to see and witness that, you know. And I'm saying, I'm here to sing for you. Why are you singing my song? You know, but it's a joy, you know. It's a joy.
Music also.
It's powerful. One of the most shocking thing for me is looking in the audience and seeing people literally crying from the words, you know. This is not no joke thing. It's really powerful. And I try my best not to abuse. Because, trust me, and stay humble, because you will reach a stage in your life as an artist. I've seen it happen to many, and I've come very close to the edge of doing that too, losing that humbleness inside. And with good people around you, good advisors, not everybody that's going to say yes to everything you say. Yes. You understand? I don't rest on my own understanding. I have elders that I go to and ask their opinion. What do they think about this? What should I do? I can't rest on my own understanding. You have people that are older than I, experienced than I, and I try to be close to individuals who, because if you love somebody, you're going to tell them the truth.
Of course, of course.
You understand?
And they add value to your life.
There you go.
That's the whole point. But recently you have the same experience as well, because I mean, you perform in intimate spaces in Barbados, and you see people, they close their eyes and they get involved in your performances.
Definitely, definitely. It's really a powerful thing, and as
Junior
Keith said.
Can't believe you let it out.
I love it.
As he said, it's about therapy, it's about healing, and there's so much pain, so much suffering, and so many ones that need encouragement, inspiration, and it is a privilege to be able to do that for once. And
yep.
I feel honored and really compelled to speak positivity into.
Yes,
it's our responsibility.
I take this responsibility quite seriously,
yeah.
And I know that you do too as well. Folks, Rise Reggae is tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Doors open at 8 o'clock, and the show gets going shortly there. I call it shortly thereafter. It's built like a movie. Yeah. So action from the very beginning to the very end. So if you think you'll come a little later on because that's where the action starts, you're missing a lot. So we want you to get there as early as possible. And as you come in, there's a lemonade stand where your contribution goes towards Relief Jamaica.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire show, there'll be opportunities for you to bring your items as well, non-perishable items to give to Jamaica. Because in Rise Reggae, we're raising Jamaica. We're standing in solidarity with the loss being experienced by many who are still walking in dust and dirt in search of. And you can add so many things at the end of that. And so we want to be able to bring relief and dignity back to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica as well. And so your contribution is important. Very, very important indeed. So just look out for that. Bottled water, canned goods, dry food items, personal hygiene items, powdered milk.
Yeah.
All of those are for that. The
Thanks in
Jamaica
advance.
Association of Students at the UWI, they're asking you to help them in this drive, support the cause. But Rise Reggae is on. It's on tomorrow. Box offices are still open. Go to all of the box offices that are still open if you have not yet had your ticket, and get your ticket. Do not miss this opportunity. Yes. And so I want to encourage as many of you as possible to show up and show out. The box offices are on your screen. Ticket Pal is where you can go online to get a ticket, or you can go to any of the box offices of Ticket Pal and get inside. Kensington Oval, remember, doors open at 8. Show starts shortly thereafter.
Yep.
Bring a donation. Junior Kelly.
Yeah, man.
In other words, Keith Morgan. That is the other name that you know him by. That's why we used to call him Keith earlier on.
Yeah, my government name. That's my government.
Well, welcome again to Barbados. You are going to be amazing tomorrow. We're convinced of that.
100%. It's going to be a history in the making. You know what I mean? I'm going to provide something that money cannot provide. I'm going to say this. And you, as an artist, I know this. You're supposed to can relate to this. There have been times in our lives, and I'm sure you probably can relate to. You have money in your pocket. Your bills are paid. There's food in the cupboards, and you feel empty inside. And it's only music could put you in the right frame of mind to continue, you know. So I'm glad to be a part of the medicine making.
For sure.
It's a different form of pharmaceutical.
Oh, we love your portions. We love your portions. Well done. So to you, Risa, as well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
I could only wish the very best tomorrow evening.
Yeah, man.
Thank you both.
It will happen. It will happen. God's willing. Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
We're rising Barbados. We're rising reggae tomorrow. Kensington Oval. Doors open at 8 o'clock. Get your ticket today if you don't already have your ticket, because thousands are going to be there to enjoy the ministry, the medicine of Junior Kelly and Risa Garnes, and so many more indeed. We got to leave it there though, but thank you so much for joining us this fantastic Friday. My little crew joins me saying to all of you, have a wonderful weekend. Be it the will of the Lord. We'll see you on Monday. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.